Good day everyone. It's been a while since I made a video, but now I am back. I've been sick the last week, a little bit more, and my voice has been complete shit. Now it's back to its normal fucking charm. And we'll talk about a topic that I noticed a little while ago. So, I traveled down to Oslo. And while walking around in Oslo, I saw these posters. I'll post them up here on the screen. They were everywhere, and also some, like, fucking spray paint on buildings and shit. And I looked up some of it, and it seems like Oslo has its own fucking antifa environment. So I thought it would be interesting for us to look into it and see what we can find.
Welcome to the channel of Skeptic Llama. Had excommunicated him for being skeptic, along with his abortion of a dress sense. Now he roams the wilds of the internet.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you none other than
Skeptic Llama, Skeptic Llama,
Skeptic Llama.
So when looking up AFA Oslo or Anti-Fascist Action in Oslo, we are brought to a page by blitz.no, and blitz.no is a homepage for a group of left-wing extremists in Oslo that are generally known for being pretty violent. I've discovered this through multiple sources from forums, people talking about them, as well as other forums where people talk about the movements in general. They were previously provided a free place to meet by Oslo itself, but that has since been retracted back in 2007. So this is something that's been going on for a long while, and they have met people they see as fascist with violence in Oslo. It's not very recent, but they are still quite active in Oslo. So let's look at their site, where they tell the story about anti-fascist action. So what they're talking about is that anti-fascist action was a thing that started at the end of the 90s and started growing into a new militant anti-fascism movement in Norway. They are a part of the international AFA network, the Anti-Fascist Action Network, which I believe Antifa is also part of, or they would be a part of if they knew what Europe was. I don't think they do. It says here that they are socialists and feminists that fight against fascism with the means that they deem necessary. They say that fascism is not an idea that you can expose and argument away, but a movement that grows in the capitalism's shadow. But a movement that grows in the shadow of capitalism. This movement is a method to physically take control over the streets in our cities. That is why we as anti-fascists mean that we should be ready to confront any fascist organization, physically and early. Our work involves mapping the fascist environments. If it's enough with a campaign to throw fascists from a platform, then that is what they will use. If it's enough to call the parents of a young fascist, that's what they will do. They are not violent people. They do not endorse violence. And later on they also say that anti-fascism is always self-defense. They also ask you if you sit on information about a fascist environment or fascist people, you need to contact them on mail. So, that's what they say, that's what they claim, right? Now, I've seen a lot of people, I will pull up one here specifically. This is from someone in Oslo who has been in AFA for a while, and I'll read their whole post so we can see exactly what they want to say here. So, what the fuck is happening with AFA in Oslo? That would be Antifa in Oslo. I know a good deal of AFA from Bergen, which is another big town up north. And I thought I did so in Oslo too. Not only AFA, but also Blitz are on this sickening wave that is happening. During the last months, a good friend of mine, who is half Jew, has gotten threats from both people in AFA and the Blitz house. That'll be the place where the Blitz people live. I've also been in multiple fights with these people. Fortunately, they have ended up well, since between us, we have 24 years of Krav Maga experience. I wanted to research this closer, and thought that it was just some new people who haven't quite gotten the gist on the difference between misliking Israel's politics and go full out as an anti-Semitist. After talking around, I find that this digs deeper than I thought. We're not talking about small 13 to 14-year-old West Coast blitzers, but also established members in both AFA and Blitz. Amongst them, a previous band member of mine. I've had a good relationship to both AFA in Bergen and sent them mail to listen to what happened, and have not yet received a answer from them about this subject. Is this a new trend also amongst the older members? Is this something that's gonna grow? And then we read onwards, because that's basically what the rest of it is. When we read onwards down this page, we find things like Blitz and AFA obviously can only have one thought in their head at the same time, and they cannot see how double moral they are. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Exactly. The most extreme and those who are sickly interested in violence often become members of Blitz or other organizations, other shitty organizations on the left or the right side. Yes, dude, exactly. And we have one here that is, he's been dealing with drugs, and he says, soon we'll get to the point where people again go to me and ask me to keep away from Oslo, because the Blitzers are dangerous. Obviously, he has had that experience before. We have one guy here saying, Blitzers are some immature monkeys. I hope to get a good shower with pepper spray next time they demonstrate against something they don't like with the system. So it seems like there's a general consensus against these people, at least in this forum that I'm reading right now. And there's been support for this movement and these movements that has recently and not so recently been pulled away from them. They are still active. They still have a house in Oslo. I haven't been there. I kind of wanted to go there, but I would probably, I would probably have to bring actual fighting gear if I were to go there. I wasn't prepared for that. But it does seem like this is something that has actually been around for a while, and I just haven't seen it. So, while in Oslo, I tore down a couple of these stickers, posters, whatever the fuck you will call them. I tore a couple of them down because I respect their right to express their opinion. But I also respect my right to tear that opinion down as much as I want. They put their stickers up on public property, which means I have all rights to tear that down from public property. So it seems like the opinions of Blitz itself are a little bit different from the opinions that people have on Blitz. They themselves say that they are anti-violence, but it does not seem like they are actually anti-violence. They have multiple groups underneath them. For example, we have the Action Group, which are people doing shit probably, and the Anti-Fascist Action. We have Blitz Booking, Blitz Infoshop, that's probably just their management. They have a cafe that I will never visit probably. They are also working with Oslo Queer, which is probably a way for them to build some sort of virtue signal into their own little thing. From what I can see here, they've existed since 1982, and they're a youth house and center for left radical non-party activism for Oslo. The house contains a lot of things, including a cafe, political information, political education, music, and radio, it seems. World's oldest female radio. practice areas for bands, group rooms. So it's basically a youth area. We have those in pretty much every town. There's like this youth area where you can go as a youth and you can have fun. You can do the different stuff. They provide with areas, like they provide with the housing, so you can do things. But this seems like it's a politically motivated youth house, which is scary. They will also always fight against capitalism. Heh, guess what got you your fucking house, bitch? Against sexism, heterosexism, against racism, and other fuckery. It's not specific. That happens in our town in Norway and on the rest of the globe in general. And it says no pasaram. Let's have a look here. What's pasaram? No pasaram means they shall not pass. Basically, they want to obstruct people from reaching places, I assume, based on this. So yes, there's a little bit of research into the Norwegian, at least the Oslo environment for Blitz and Antifa. So I just thought I'd bring this out there, hear what you guys have seen. If there's any Norwegians watching my channel, because I know there's a couple of you guys, have you guys seen any of this? Have you guys seen any interesting stuff about the Blitz or the Antifa in Norway? Because I've lived, the 3 towns that I've lived in are really small towns. We don't really have much of this shit. We haven't even had like a pride parade ever. So, if there's anyone out there who knows about like an actual instance of this shit, I will be researching more on it. I'll probably make another video on it. But if there's people out there that are watching this that actually see something about this and they want to bring it to me, please do send me a message either on YouTube or on Twitter, or you can email it to me at skepticllama@gmail.com. Anyways, guys, that's it for now. I would like to thank you guys for watching. I am back and I will be making more videos. There will also be, before you guys leave, there will be a art stream that I will be doing probably on either this or the off channel, where I will be making the art for a new t-shirt. I have gotten the concept of the art, I have made the line work, and I'm going to be coloring it in and adding details and all that stuff live. So if you want to stick around and watch that, just subscribe to this channel, subscribe to Llama Does Games and stuff, and remember to click the bell on both of them, because then you will be notified whenever I start streaming. I also stream games every Wednesday and Friday if you would like to see that. We have a lot of fun, and we just came up with new memes and new fun shit last time. So now we're having a lot of fun with bullshit. Anyways, guys, I would like to thank you guys for watching, and stay fucking classy.